Hey, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at Solana. I do want to say that I'm not a financial advisor. You should do your own research before investing money into crypto. If you haven't seen the previous update, make sure to watch that before watching this one so that you have more context. It's going to be linked in the top right-hand section of your screen right now. Also, I have two donation links down below in the description. If you want to support Ukraine, feel free to do so by going over to the official websites I have linked down below. Thank you all for watching, and let's get on with the video. So jumping into Solana, the last update was 7 days ago and we were sitting at $37. After that update, we did see a drop as we were getting some we were getting the ETH merge basically, and I talked about that for multiple weeks here on the channel and how that could affect the markets negatively, and it has done precisely that. Now we're waiting for the FOMC meeting. I am expecting another pullback after that. We could see a little bit of a pump after the announcement, but afterwards, even if we do get that, I'm expecting a move towards the downside. Now, hopefully we don't lose our June lows, and hopefully we're potentially just going to retest those June lows for Bitcoin, Ethereum, and all the higher cap altcoins. And from there, we can start recovering into an impulsive move, moving closer to November. After November, we could see a pullback in December or January. And from there, we would start recovering into the bull market with starting with the spring of 2023 into 2024 as we're getting closer to the Bitcoin halving. So yeah, that's pretty much my prediction for how things are going to turn out. I am probably 100% wrong here, but this is just what I think, because getting closer to spring of next year, the energy crisis is going to settle down and slow down a little bit as we're gonna, move out of the winter season. And yeah, so I think at that point we're gonna see crypto starting to rally. So for Solana right now, we're hitting our head on the 20 daily EMA, which is the yellow line. And that is a major resistance line for us at the moment. So if we are looking for an immediate support down below, I would look no further than this yellow trend line here, because we've been holding this trend line for quite a while here since August 27th, I should say. And we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bounces, 6th bounce today, and $30.45 is a great entry point here for Solana. If we end up breaking below that, well, it is going to be a bit negative, and we're probably going to retest 28.65, which is this low over here. But overall, if you zoom out, you can see that we are in a buy zone anywhere from $36 to 19.4. This is the accumulation or the trading range that we had all the way back in June of last year, starting from April to June. And we are hitting these levels as resistance and as support. That's why I have this as the buy zone. So if you accumulate in here and you're looking to take profits above $200, $300 in the next bull market, well, that's very smart. And really now is the time to be accumulating and dollar cost averaging into your projects, especially if you have been buying at these higher prices, right? If you want to make money in this market, you have to dollar cost average at dips, okay? You have to buy the dips, you have to stay patient, and if you want to, you can stake your tokens meanwhile you're waiting. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. So the large Fibonacci retracement here is set up from this swing high all the way down to this swing low in November of 2021. So basically the low of November last year and the high of November last year. And we are below the 2.414 Fibonacci level at this moment. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to remove this Fib retracement as it is not valid at this point, and we're way below the support zones that we're looking for. So what we can do now is we can take this high in August and we can take the low in June, and we can throw on a Fib, or slap on, I should say, a Fib retracement here. And we could take a look at our 1.618 target and what are the support levels that we should be eyeballing. So obviously right now we are below the golden ratio. Let me get rid of the price tag there. So the golden ratio here is at $33. As you can see, the yellow zone here, or the golden zone, that's the 0.618. And you went above that, slightly above that, then you got rejected back down. So the immediate support down below here is anywhere from the yellow trend line all the way down to the 786. That's below $30. Next up, we have the immediate support at $26, and we have our 1.618 target down below here at 17.6. But that's only going to be our technical target if we start losing this low on June, or the low that we printed in June, I should say. But $26 here is a good level for us to hold. If we lose that, it's going to be quite negative because you're going to be losing this key support level. But hey, we're in a bear market, so anything can happen. Be ready for both outcomes. Be ready for a pump. Be ready for a bounce from $26 and be ready for a bounce from $18 to $17. Because anything can happen. We can get a capitulation at any time. If you have limit orders set up in advance, that's great. Moving over to the daily RSI here, as you can see, the white trend line below is an important support that I want to see held. So if we see a capitulation moving into the end of September, the white trend line here would be something I would look for a retest, right? So we've had one retest in May and one retest in January this year. And the pink trend line here above us has one fake out above it, as you can see in April. But we've been holding it as a resistance for multiple months here. So we had a rejection in January, a rejection in February, a rejection in March, and we had a bounce here in July. But I do think we are going to be removing this trend line, as if I continue extending this trend line, it's basically going to get into the overbought. Actually, you know, I'm just going to keep it just for future references. I'm going to keep it because we may run into it here in November, right? Because I'm expecting a move into November, just like we did see for the past couple of years. So let's say we do bounce from here, we continue on, we could potentially see, you know, a retest of this pink trend line in November or December. So I'm just going to have it on the charts for now. Let's switch over to the Binance website. Moving over to the Binance website, as you can see, we have a Fibonacci retracement here with the low at $30 in August and the high on August 13th at $48.45. But obviously, we're probably going to lose this support here at $30. And the buy zone below is anywhere from $24 or $25 all the way down to $19.1. And this is based on these wicks that we saw last summer. So basically, this is just a smaller buy zone from the previous chart. I usually have different setups on different charts. So that's why I have a different fib and a different buy zone, just so I can compare two charts and see what played out better. So yeah, $30, like I said here, if we switch over to the daily RSI, you can also see that we're trading in this range in between the red trend lines. So I was expecting to see a bounce from the red trend line here in September, but that didn't end up happening. We've seen that once in July, once in August. I was expecting a third bounce, but that didn't happen, obviously. What we could see now is a potential bounce from the white trend line here, or the red trend line, basically the same trend line from the previous chart. So that would be a great level to hold as support. But if we stay in this range and we get closer to the apex of this symmetrical triangle, we could see a nice break to the upside in November, and that would be a good, you know, a good place for you to take some profits, swing trade. I'm not leverage trading. I don't recommend doing it. And yeah, moving to the daily stochastic. So I have switched my stochastic to the length of 56 so that I get less false signals. And right now, if we compare the stochastic with the price action, if I can just move that up a bit. Okay. So if we compare the stochastic RSI with the price action here, you can see how well it gave us the bottom here. So from August 18th all the way down to the end of the month, as you can see, we were in this zone, in this accumulation little phase, and we started breaking out towards the beginning of September, and that's when you started going up in the stochastic. So that was a good entry point for you. You could have potentially made a nice 24% profit on this, right? And you could have taken profits, let's say, at the 55 daily EMA, which was a good resistance, which is just below 19%. So yeah, good trades. You just have to look for them, and you have to be constantly checking the charts if you're swing trading, and you have to be aware of the situations at all times. But like I said, Solana is dropping alongside Bitcoin and other altcoins. Really, if you zoom out, you go to the weekly right now, you zoom out. My internet is trying to annoy me. All right, I do apologize. I've been having some internet issues for the past couple of days, but mainly you got the idea, and you have your support levels. If we're looking at resistance levels, then I would definitely target the weekly 20 EMA from here, that we could potentially retest that moving into November. So let me know if I missed out anything important on the charts. Feel free to follow me on Twitter. Feel free to join me on Patreon. I do have a weekly podcast series already starting there. So the second episode is already out, where I take a look at my portfolio that I have been accumulating since June 8th of this year. So feel free to check that out. Link is going to be down below in the description. I'm going to catch you in the next one. Goodbye and good night.